Hello and welcome back. Today we are continuing our USA run, or sorry, our Lincoln run in not Victoria 3, in Civilization 6. Last episode, we kind of started to settle new lands, moving in over here. And also we discovered in the interim where the Y button was, where you can turn on the yields. Sorry for everyone who, plays Civ 6 a lot and was tearing their hair out the past few episodes. I just released the first episode. Someone told me you could turn it on with Y, and now we can see some of these mega yields coming around out from the volcanoes, which is pretty nice looking. This is just, I guess this is part of the mega disasters thing, where we've had a ton of eruptions, and some of these tiles are absolutely absurd, and so perhaps we should have been trying to settle around the volcanoes a little bit more aggressively as a consequence of this, but, okay. This episode, we will be getting a little bit more, settler stuff going on, but I think we're going to be maybe breaking through to getting, hopefully, coal power at some point. We see industrialization where it is on the thing. We have to build 2 shipyards to get the Eureka bonus here, if we want, and we have to kill a unit with a musketman. We're working on killing a unit with a musketman. We don't want to... Actually, let's go banking, and we might just never research metal casting, actually, because bombard will eventually become obsolete, same with pike and shot, and so what we can do is we can research banking and just completely forget about metal casting. But as a result of the tech shuffle making things strange. But we will research banking until we kill a guy with a musketman, and then we will be able to get square rigging nice and fast. We'll get in on steam power and then get in on industrialization. We have some places building shipyards right now, and so I think that'll be pretty good. We have a shipyard being constructed, and so that will satisfy that Eureka bonus. And so, let's be on our way. So we have a little bit of a choice going on. It looks like this boyo, Mr. Gentleman here, Harold, is going on a rampage, and I think we, as the United States, should play world police. Nalanda, they also took Nalanda, which was, some country we had a suzerainty over, and they took Armang just now, which is what this proposal is about, and it looks like they're in the process of full annexing Tamar, which not too much we can do about at this point. So what I think we're going to do is I think we're going to look to make a beachhead down here, and I think we're going to put into the proposal we would like to restore independence to some of these guys. Submitting the selected discussion will cost some diplomatic favor. We don't mind that. And then we will start moving some troops over to here. I think we're just going to, all these troops we've accumulated in this region, we're just going to move them all on over and get ready to have a bit of a rumble as we go. And we're going to be getting more and more troops. We're finishing factories, and those will spawn troops. We have Maui, who's we've used all of his charges. Shout out to Coffee. And so I think what we can do is we can send him to Houston and then relocate him, on over to this region over here. And so we will probably be looking to liberate Georgia, because we're assuming that they get taken, liberate this and liberate that, kind of all together as a way of, restoring balance to the force, because we're playing world police, and we just will ignore the fact that we just annexed Korea pretty earlier in this run. We get a World Congress going. There's a military aid request. She's being targeted by an aggressive enemy, which of course is Harold, and so we will vote yes to this. Is it costing us fervor? Vote for this decision. If it passes, your first vote is free. Okay, perfect. And then we will try and restore independence. We are going to add a couple of votes here. We have a ton of this extra Diplo favor stuff, so I think we're going to just go for, a nice little 3-vote in, and hopefully we get ourselves a little bit of, passing on this, and we will submit to the council what the decision may be. And we will see in just a moment. Your delegate, temperance. So here we honor the independence of city-states. We will not turn a blind eye to conquest. We got exactly enough. We got 3 votes from us, 1 vote from Tamar, 3 downvotes from Harold, so we did pass this, and so I think we are at war with him now, and also, it seems that most people have agreed that we should send military aid to Tamar, and so that'll be nice, and we're now at war with Harold. we're not going to switch over to that, but I do think we wanted to mess around a little bit with the civics thing, but we can see now Tamar is in some bad shape. Actually, maybe we can even get some aid there in time to save Tamar. That would be very nice if we can do that. I don't see any boats. Let's see. Longship. The longship's not so much stronger, or actually it doesn't even look like it's stronger than us, so we'll look to send our boat over. Red Rover, send the boat on over. And also, maybe take a look at our civics. I know that there was something, we're going to stay on Merchant Republic, but what we're going to do, I think we wanted to change policies, and I can't remember exactly what we wanted to do in regards to the change policies, and so we're going to have a little bit of a think here. So I was thinking maybe we stick with what we got, but then I was eyeballing this Exodus of the Faith. The thing we were thinking of doing is doing the one that gives us cheaper discount on upgrades, but I think we're going to hold off on that. But I think that we might slot in this one, because we are recruiting religious units in order to spread our faith, the faith of the crab, and I think it would be a little bit nice here to maybe do this. It's just like, we don't want to give up the bonus, but we'll do this for now. I think we definitely want to stick with invention. We have so many workshops, so getting +2 great engineer points per workshop is going to be pretty nice, I think. And then this is going to be nice for our, recruiting of missionaries, because now the missionaries will get, quite a bit of spreads. So this guy starts out with 4 spreads. We just recruited him, and if we buy another guy, if my understanding of this is correct, now that we have the new thing slotted out, he starts with 6 spreads, and so this will allow us to spread our crabistry to the rest of the world while we try and defend in Georgia here. We'll see if we're able to. It might be a little bit tough, but we're looking to take this city, looking to grab this city, not for ourselves, but to liberate them. And then maybe we will be able to, well, I don't think there's anything for us to, take. We're not going to, try and take their capital. We probably could, but instead we'll just look to play, world police and say, actually, we probably are interested in taking Skeen, and so maybe we will do that. Maybe we will do that with some of these guys that are otherwise heading on over to what would be Georgia's defense. Maybe we'll take Skeen. We say that this is our region, and it's rightfully ours. I mean, we settled here first, except they settled here first. Classic, Norwegians getting someplace first, and then we're like, we discovered it. Something like this. So, we had to get another civic, because we remembered what it is exactly that we had wanted. I think we'll make do for not having the theater district bonuses for a moment, and instead do +2, actually, the first envoy counts as 2 on Diplomatic League, and set this in, and then the reason we wanted this is because we wanted to make, Brussels have 2 when we put in, so that we could go for the suzerainty bonus. We get plus 15% production towards wonders, and we're going to put that in on Brussels. Brussels will say, of course, America, #1, and then we will do the same with, there was another one, Auckland, whose bonus will be shallow water tiles, provide an additional +1 production. So let's take a look. I don't know if this applies to lakes, but we have a lot of places that are, kind of using the shallows, and so we'll just put in a couple of these, and then we will gain suzerainty, and is that okay? So it didn't apply to the coastal, or did it apply to the coastal tiles? But it does seem to have applied to the lake ones, so now these lake tiles are pretty nice. Between the Hui Tukal and also, this bonus, they are providing us quite a bit of stuff. +2 production, 1 gold, and 2 food is going to be nice for us, and these places don't even have harbors. They're not benefiting from the harbor district providing something extra, and so that's just the way things are going. We're also starting to get musketmen from our bonus. We have built no military, and we have 807. We have built no military. We've only built up, our industrial heartland, and now we're getting free musketmen every time we do it. And so as we get new units, we're going to be sending them on over. We just hope that the Norwegians, for whatever reason, forgot to build a navy, which we'll see how that shakes out exactly. We did have to buy a galley up here because there was a little bit of an encroachment from this clan. We actually want that clan to finish because I think we'd rather have a city-state bonus of some kind. And we will continue to spread our crabistry, of course. We will not be buying another missionary for some time, though. So actually, you know what? We should have slotted out. We slotted out the wrong thing. We should have slotted out the missionary buy thing, because we should have just like said, okay, we're just not going to buy missionaries for a while. So this was probably a little bit of a mistake, but our crabistry spreads. I didn't know that was possible for us to have non-adjacent, non-contiguous tiles, but okay, I guess we do. And we are about to finish the Kilwa Kisani, so we're not going to, you know, show the finishing of it, but we will emphasize what we get. We get 3 envoys. When you are the suzerain of a city-state, the city receives a plus 15% boost to the type bonus provided by that city-state. And so this city, so just applying to New Orleans, but this is going to be super nice. If you are suzerain to 2 or more city-states of that type, you get additional 15% given to all your cities, which we will, you know, kind of have on almost all these. We are suzerain of a ton of stuff, and so let's take a look exactly, you know, what suzerainty we are getting. We are suzerain of 1 culture, 2 culture, so 2 cultures, so we're satisfying that on the culture ones, 1, 2 of the science, 3 of the science, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 industrial ones, which are really the ones we are focusing. So we will be getting, you know, 15% bonus, additional 15% of all the bonus that we're getting, you know, the +1 production, +2 production, etc. Well, we don't have power plants or anything like this, but this is going to be spectacular for us. I think we have something else that's also increasing this bonus. At any rate, we are starting to produce stuff very, very quickly, considering we're on marathon speed. And so this is the main industrial type play. We have a huge military because of the industrialization. Really just kind of feeling pretty good. Lots of synergies all lining up, and hopefully we'll teach Harold the error of his meddling ways, where he's meddling in the ways of the interfering in what's going on in other countries, you know, who should be indigenous and free. So we enter a new age, and most people are in Dark Ages except for the Mali Empire, which is to our south, and the Mongol Empire, which only has, you know, 2 cities. So we might even be able to culture flip, or we might be able to even pressure flip some of these cities, you know, if we can grow Cleveland and Houston and the like. New York is pretty big. You know, these cities might be vulnerable as well. Not very big, although Charleston's not going to be applying a lot of pressure. Definitely important to note. And here's kind of a progression. We've made an initial landing, and it looks like Skeen has gone independent, and so we will just probably just try and pick up that up and say, hey, no one else claimed it. If, you know, possessions 9/10 the law, finders keepers, etc. Never mind that, you know, Harold founded that city. That's our city now, and so that's probably going to be the plan going forward. And then we will just have this, you know, kind of place overlooking Harold's position. We'll be able to stack a lot of troops here in Skeen, and this will be our ability to ingress into this continent, and then we'll also, of course, be able to ingress into our own continent, and, you know, just have a nice sphere of influence here. The time has come for the beginning the liberation of Kutaisi, and so we will do that. We have surrounded the city, and we will be able to get in, and they have no sort of, can we do this? No, let's not do this with our galley. Let's keep our galley, because recovering health on the galley is going to be a little bit harder, and we will probably be getting that next turn. We don't have a full surround here, and so we do have to be a little bit careful. We're trying to recover, you know, some amount of life, but it's just a 3 stack. It doesn't have a ton of defense. Maybe we send this guy over just in case. Maui's going to run out soon anyways, and then here, we are about ready to cut, and so we see that this is 120 production we have remaining, and if we cut here, this is going to yield 220. So we don't want to cut unless we're on something where we can actually use all the production, and we can't quite yet. There's nothing that we have in that we want to necessarily slot in immediately that we can do. So why don't we just switch over to a granary, and then we're going to cut. We're going to waste a little bit here, but that's fine. It's not the biggest deal. And then the granary is complete now. And so now, with the complete granary, we can continue on our monument, but we're going to place down the aqueduct because we want to get it, you know, kind of ready to go. And then we want to lock in the production cost, and then we are just going to switch back and finish our monument, and then after the monument, likely not do the aqueduct, but instead one of either, we're either going to go for this, you know, industrial sector or this industrial sector. Probably a little bit more keen on this one, I think. because we will be able to harvest and increase the population of buffalo. Ooh, I guess we should have converted buffalo before we did that. Errors were made. We will want to convert them to the crabism. Welcome to crabs. And we will kind of continue spreading our crab faith here. We are probably going to try and convert over here. We have... So I actually think Kutaisi, if I recall correctly, is the seat of Protestantism. And so maybe we want to convert them before... Well... I'm not sure if they get mad if we convert them in general or if we convert before, or if they only get mad if it's their religion, because this is not the religion of Harold, and so maybe it's better to convert before. But because if you convert a religious capital, people get really mad at you, and so. But this would allow us to, kind of better spread the faith of the crab, from people to people. And there's really, I guess, there's a ton of Protestantism. We're not getting rid of it, are we? Okay, so we're not gonna root it out, in favor of the crabs, but we will try and. Crabism is kind of developing pretty nicely here, and we are just getting a natural push on places like Yerevan, which even have a request for religious conversion, and so the pressure is going to, 200 turns, we're going to convert them and complete the quest, and you see we're getting a lot of, kind of just natural spread now. And so we're going to focus a little bit more on spreading faith specifically to city-states that are like, hey, we admire your faith, please bring it to us. Like Venice, for example, demands religious conversion. And so if we can convert Venice, for example, this will be nice because we will get one envoy just for completing the quest and an additional one because of our religion. And so... this is going to be good for us because we're going to generate a lot more envoys than we normally would. So if you see here, we get religious unity plus one envoy at each city-state when it first adopts the religion, in addition to any envoy. So, yeah. So everyone wants to come to America. These guys are flipping. They're rebelling from the Ottomans, and they will almost certainly flip our way. This is a free city flipping our way, and even after that, we might even be able to pressure Trabzon and, even down into Istanbul and just diplo-convert this entire, place to being ours. But this is kind of pretty nice because they're in a dark age, we're in a mega golden age, and so that's gonna, swing our way. The sweet, sweet smells of liberation. Welcome back, Georgia. Welcome back to the party. This is your capital. It's the new capital of Georgia, not the original capital, I suppose, but this is the first ingress we have made into Harold's domain, looking to free everyone who was wrongfully taken. Well, I mean, we just set you free and then you just insult us? That seems inappropriate. So we've slowly surrounded the city, not encountering much resistance other than a bombard, which we took care of. And now we will be liberating Nalanda. I think that we couldn't get the full surround. I mean, we would get it if we waited another turn, but I think we're just going to go for it here because I think we have a sufficient amount of power to just take it. And so we're just going for it. Looks like we might come up a little bit shy. We're just shy, but that's fine. We'll get it next turn. We also have started to core our armies. Notice the double star, merging them together. All these units, by the way, completely free of charge, not using any upkeep costs whatsoever, and we will, of course, spread the crab, the religion of the crab. And then these guys, let's see, we have 5 remaining spreads. We did want to bring it to Venice. I think Venice will now have a little bit of backup in terms of pressure from Skene, especially if we can keep things going. And try and breaching this area in terms of spreading the crabism seems a little bit hard, but we're going to try and do it. But Venice has a quest to do it, and so they seem like a prime and proper target. We might have to ask some more people, and they are sort of surrounding our little scout here. We are at war with that city-state, unfortunately, so it's not looking very good on that front for them. So this is going to be a pretty nice spot for a city. We're probably going to buy a single tile here in order to get going on our pops, but we are going to found the city right here, and it's going to have access to all this volcano stuff kind of going on, except for this niter. I guess we're not going to have access to this tile specifically because 1, 2, 3, so, and 1, 2, 3, so it's going to fall just out of range, these two, of anything we could found. This one, actually, we can found a city here to gain access to that tile, but we're just going to come in here and we're just going to buy this tile, and then we are going to work on a monument to kind of help spread and gain access to more tiles here. The city will grow pretty quickly with that, you know, +6 food tile. And the liberation of Nalanda is complete. This was our quest, this was the goal, now we have them as our we are suzerain of them. I don't like how it kicked out all of our, you know, guys, because now some of these guys are gonna die to this stuff. And they're, what is this? Rebellion? No, Nalanda, please. This is unfortunate. We want Nalanda to maintain their sovereignty. Oh well. Oh, hear us, Venice, and learn the ways of the great crab. Crabism. They are now going to, we are going to gain 2 envoys with them, or we gained 2 envoys with them, one from completing their city-state quest for, you know, conversion, and another because of our religious thing, and so now, are we suzerain? We are suzerain of Venice, so we are getting the bonus. Your trade routes to foreign cities earn +1 for each luxury resource at the destination. So this is going to be nice, and also it is going to give us a little bit of a beachhead to maybe push in to Norway. So we'll probably want to add a little bit more stuff there. It looks like our dear Johannesburg has also been captured by Norway, and so we're probably going to be, you know, doing all the liberations here. We're going to go for Tbilisi, which I think is the original capital of Georgia, and so we're going to look to liberate that as well. That's where these troops are pushing into. I think we have more coming. Oh, we don't have more coming. Well, these guys may be coming. And so he'll come this way. Maybe look to link up with some of these guys. We're holding this builder back because we're anticipating maybe getting some coal, and while we have a lot of money, we were planning on buying a builder over here, and so buy an item with gold. We can't afford it quite yet, but we do have already Liang in the city, and so she will be able to do good work here in Skeen. So we complete the Portola Palace, which is going to give us another diplomatic slot, which for us is going to turn into a wildcard slot, so that's pretty nice. We are doing that, or that is happening, because we are dear Abe Lincoln, where we are going to get all diplomatic policy slots in the current government are converted to wildcard slots. We also, kind of in the same vein, are going to be finished with the Forbidden City relatively soon, and so we will just, you know, be pretty happy with our free, that is FREE, and if it's free, it's for me, policy slot that we got here. Alright, so we pip industrialization, and we will be also, it's important to note, we were going to be getting some free power in all of our coastal cities, which is going to make the factories in them pop off that much harder, and so we are going to be doing a wave of producing factories. It's probably not going to come to bear this episode, but that's going to be a whole bunch more units. Everywhere that has workshop is going to go for factory, pretty much, and we are going to try and hope and see if we can do as little coal power as possible, and, you know, try and be as clean as possible, but obviously right at the very beginning, not going to be possible, so we'll be content with, you know, going for some serious industrialization. We have some resources discovered. Looks like there's some coal under here somewhere, and so we will automatically be, you know, kind of getting that, because it is not, and there's some coal under there, so that's going to be nice. We're going to be getting 6 coal a turn, kind of off, or yeah, 6 a turn, just from having our things on top of it, and it's not going to disrupt any of our districts. And we'll also keep an eye out for coal that has not yet been harvested, that is going to be kind of roundabout where we are going to be putting stuff. We also have a couple more settlers coming in the near future, off of Boston and New York, so that's going to be good, and we do have a nice settle here. Also, the Ottomans, not doing too hot. We will remove the rainforest. It's unfortunate, but it has to go. The Ottomans not doing too hot. They are, you know, going to rebel in 5 turns here in Trebizond. They've lost already these, and now we are finally starting to, you know, convert them. Now that Konya's come up and pop a little bit, we're starting to convert and have enough pressure on Ankara to be able to sway it our way. So this is truly becoming more and more our continent, despite us not actively pushing. Kind of update what's going on. We are pushing in on on Tbilisi. We were going to come and swing around and go after this here, but I think we're just going to go and try and surround the top portion of Tbilisi and just ignore the district, the military district, and just look to push in on Tbilisi. We've kind of abandoned the idea of pushing in through Venice, and instead we are focusing more down here. We're going to first take this one out and then go for Armagh, look to liberate them, and then Johannesburg, as well as a Songdal. We're just going to try and, root out this bottom portion before returning our attention back up. I don't think there's necessarily too much more we want to take. I think a lot of this is just native Norwegian territory after this. I'm not sure about Namsos. That doesn't sound very Norwegian, but other than Namsos, all of this looks pretty Norwegian namey, and so we might just leave them alone after freeing Tbilisi. Gori might actually be... Gori might not be, but other than that, so maybe we push into Gori and liberate it back to our dear new friend Tamar, who, refuses our friendship because of, well, reasons. So Cardiff is the one that is giving us +2 free power for every harbor building, which is going to help us be a little bit cleaner in areas where we have a harbor and an industrial zone. Well, this is a bit of a yikes for the Ottoman Empire. They are everywhere is rebelling now. They don't have a single city that's not rebelling. Now, this one's trying to flip back their way, and so it might flip back their way, but if they don't get this, they might just all become American, which, of course, we would be fine with. Multiculturalism and all that. The Great Siege of Tbilisi has begun. We have also gained a wildcard slot and slotted in this Praetorian Guard, which wounded units can heal +10 HP a turn, allowing us to out-heal the bombardment. We're just going to move this guy, zip this guy back, who ate the bombardment last turn, but we're just going to take turns healing and attacking in with all of our units. And this way we should be able to make decent enough progress. It's going to take a little while, but they're not going anywhere, so power to us. We also decided to, rather than liberate this, because this is almost certainly Norwegian, and we would just decay out almost immediately, rather than take this, we are going to push Armagh first, liberate them, and then maybe take Skadismo, and as well as Songdal, kind of a little bit of a tax on the Norwegians for what they have done to our poor, suzerains of Johannesburg, Armagh, and Nalanda. And so we are going to be releasing Armagh in just a moment. This is the initial war goal. We're going to be releasing Johannesburg, and we're going to be taking these two cities along with this city, and then we'll say smell you later. We'll also be liberating Tbilisi. I'm pretty sure Gori is also, I think it's going to be, from Georgia, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll look to release that too if it is. It looks like we can just make a final push here, and so this is what we're going to do. Attack them down, and we will return the city, liberate to founder Georgia here. And they will be very grateful, big nice. Certainly you will accept our friendship now. No. Okay. Georgia does everything but be your friend. Okay, cool. We also have been pushing in on this one. I'm not sure if we can get this turn. I mean, we can make a little bit of a push for it because we're, wrecking this little portion. I guess we're just shy here of being able to do this. Yeah. And so we'll just promote instead, and then we will be getting that next turn, liberating it, of course, and then we'll be pushing over here. And then also, Trabzon finally flipped to our side. Konya is no longer trying to flip the other way, and we will also be picking up Ankara after this. And all these guys are flipping too, and so it's looking like we're gonna get a nice big meaty expansion off here with 0 military investment. So by freeing the city-state, we have succeeded gaining 1 gold for each of their envoys, which for us is quite a bit of gold. We get 100 diplomatic fervor, and we get independence for Armagh. Of course, we're still not done yet, but we will be pushing for Gori, which we looked up Gori city, and it is in fact a Georgian city. I think we'll also look up Oslo. No, Oslo is definitely Norwegian. We might look up Christianland and Rustavi, make sure that they're not a Georgian, via like actual Google it, and then we'll be pushing in this direction as well with these armies down here, etc., mostly etc., and we have a great scientist. Eureka for chemistry and 1 random technology from the industrial era. I mean, so if we have a technology we actually are going to have a hard time getting. We don't have line infantry, and we won't have it in the near future, and sanitation we don't have the neighborhoods, and we're not particularly close to the neighborhoods, so this actually might be a decent shout. Normally we don't recruit the Eureka boys, but this Eureka boy we will recruit, and we will have him trigger Eureka. Military science, not exactly what we wanted. Alright, fair enough though, but it does allow us to see where stuff is, and so we can see where chemistry is and where military science is, now that it's been, well, we already knew what it was and it's been boosted. We're building up one neighborhood. I suppose we could build another neighborhood. We have a neighborhood here, but I don't think, I think we're gonna stumble over our own toes trying to make sure, well, I guess we have a little bit of time, but we have to build the neighborhood relatively soon in order to get the inspiration bonuses on kind of everything and be hyper efficient, and so we'll try and do this. So we are going to be reassigning Amani to Geneva, and the reason being we acquired a new governing principal thing on her. I forget exactly what they're called, but we got emissary here. Other cities within 9 tiles and not owned by you lose 2 loyalty per turn. Having it in on Geneva means that all of these are going to lose loyalty per turn, and hopefully this makes it easier to sway them away from the Ottomans and get them to join us. And if not, we'll just, have a pretty strong stranglehold on Geneva here and give chances for these guys to swap on over. This is going to be a huge radius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, basically applying to all of this region. So we'll be keen on seeing if that actually has a nice effect when she gets here in 5 turns. Leonardo's going to be pretty good for us. Triggers Eureka for one random technology from the modern era. Okay, whatever. Workshops provide +3 culture. That's going to give us a lot of culture. We're at 445 right now, which is not exactly a small amount. Oh, we get another. Wow. Wowza. Where is our boyo, though? Okay, culture bomb when completing an industrial zone in any city. We're going to pass on this one, and we're going to find our boyo, Leonardo da Vinci. Alright, here's Leo. We're going to slot him in, and we are going to watch 445. Let's see how big this gets. Oop. Oh, it's not going to calculate it till next turn. Alright, fair enough. So we are kind of coming up on the very last liberation we're going to be doing in this war. Sogndal should just sway free anyways, because they are too far from any Norwegian influence after Johannesburg is taken. And so let's get in on Johannesburg, and this will be the last little bit here. Boop. And then we'll just get peace. We're of course going to liberate Johannesburg, liberate the founder, who we were suzerain of, and man, that is a pretty expansive thing. In theory, we could have maybe tried to settle like a city nearby and like bought some tiles before they became free, but we're going to get a bunch of free envoys in on them, and then almost certainly this is going to start swaying down from full loyalty, and if it doesn't, we're going to be able to produce way more food out of here, and we're probably going to be able to pressure them. We might build another city somewhere over here. Desert's not looking too hot, though. And other than that, this gives us a nice little foothold on this continent where we can put troops. We also have Skeen. We'll probably put more of our troops in Skeen. But I think that's going to... Well, let's kind of review what we've done. What we've done is we've gotten industrialization. We've actually started industrializing. We haven't talked about it too much, but... we have factories going. We have a coal power plant over here, and we're building another one over here. That's going to supply all of these factories full of coal, but we are going to be a little bit weary of, overproducing the coal a little bit, especially because, the flooding will come sooner than normal. And so we're going to try not to produce too much. Right now we're using 2 for power. We're just burning 2 coal, and we'll burn a little bit more. The factories are going to be really important, but we are going to, as soon as we see, the ability to get a little bit cleaner or to build, the embankment type things around our cities to prevent them from flooding as the sea level rises. Once we get that, we will probably do that pretty early, but this is an industrial effort. Largely, it's been more this episode about, freeing Kutaisi, Nalanda, Gori, Tbilisi, Armagh, taking that for ourselves, freeing Johannesburg, taking skiing for ourselves, and then we also got a few more cities in San Diego, Buffalo. I think Atlanta was also this episode, you know, which is going to benefit really, really nicely from these tiles here that are pretty built up from the volcano. I think we also founded Dallas this episode, maybe Charleston, I can't quite remember. A lot has happened this episode. These flipped over to us, Ankara, Konya, and Trabzon, and so, you know, we are starting to steamroll. Just wanted to point out also, we have this huge military, none of it's costing us any maintenance. Okay, a couple units are, like this chariot and this archer, but all of these guys are, you know, the Minutemen, musketmen with combat strength and does not require resources created or maintained. If we take a look here, we will see that, you know, oh wait, oh it does cost, oh it doesn't cost resources, but it costs still maintenance costs. Okay, fair enough. We've been merging these guys together too to make cores and stuff. Okay. I thought it doesn't require resources. Does require gold. Sure, fair enough. Okay, so maybe we even want to delete some of these units. Probably not. We probably just want to try and merge them as aggressively as possible. Okay, that's it. That's I was operating under, that needs to get repaired. I was operating under a little bit of a different assumption. Once we get enough gold, we'll buy another worker out of here to come over and repair this. But things are looking pretty good. We're also starting to get into some of the more modern tech. I think we'll probably just play one more episode, maybe two. The thing is we're just so far ahead of the AI that, like, victory is assured. Maybe this will even be the last episode. That way we can look at some other 4X games. Actually, I think I do like the idea of just kind of concluding it here, because we're just so far ahead. Victory is pretty much assured at this point. I think that we're even, like, ahead in the... What is it? Let's find it here. World rankings? No. World rankings? Okay, I mean, we could look at the various victories. For Diplo victory, we're in pretty good shape. Oh, actually, we're not in that great a shape. We can build the... Yeah, we're probably fine. Oh, no, wait, we're leading. We're in excellent shape. We're in 5, and then we're going to be able to build the Statue of Liberty faster than anyone else. Religious victory, I mean, we've getting way more faith per turn than Herald, and we can smack around Herald anytime we want. Like, we're just in good shape for any victory, even, but it's going to just take a long time. And I think that the AI is just not putting up enough of a struggle for this to be interesting, because we can kind of just declare war on anyone and just smush them. We could smush everyone all at once with the differential between our army and our ability to produce units and this type of thing. And so, yeah, I think I like concluding this episode here, maybe then, or I mean this run here. Really had a lot of fun, you know, doing mapping these things out, especially right here. We tried to get this, like, Coliseum, Heartland, and Industrial Heartland area. Really like this. You can see industrial, you know, dam, aqueduct, industrial sector down here. That one's a little bit of a weird one, but it's got adjacencies here and here, and it was the best one Gyeongju could make. And we have, you know, 4 theater squares all around here, you know, kind of surrounding the wonders or adjacent to the wonders. Made a little industrial sector over here. We had plans for a pretty nice complex over here, but we never got around to it. Another kind of good expansion spot here. We would have just continued to, like, pour on in terms of our lead. Here we have a nice one planned, but yeah. Some of the game modes also distinctly unbalance things. Like, I really like the Barbarian Clan mode where you can buy units from them and this type of thing, but it ends up leaving a ton of city-states, so playing to recruiting a bunch of city-states, which is what we definitely did, or getting a suzerainty over a bunch of them, allows you to really heap on a lot of bonuses, which is why we're able to, like, construct stuff so fast, despite the fact that we're on marathon, you know, speed. And so, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode and the run. I mean, I guess if you guys really want me to continue the USA run, you can let me know, but I think that even if we were going to play more Civ 6, it'd probably be more interesting to watch a new run be started on a much higher difficulty, and also on a much faster game speed, perhaps, and maybe a smaller map. This map is huge. I like to play the long, super drawn-out ones, but maybe it's not as good for making videos as it is for just, like, single player. We did a little bit of Liberation. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to like. I think I already said that stuff. Anyways, have a good one. Take care.